So making money in 2025 honestly feels like a giant privilege. The job market's bad, and there's a lot of people having a hard time finding good jobs. But I will say there is some hope out here. And today, guys, I'm going to tell you guys and show you guys some more ways that you can make some genuine and honest extra income in 2025. So the first thing I've done to kind of get more income or to have a side hustle is to go on the app Insta Work, right? So I've told you guys about Insta Work in the past, but I've never really shown you guys and gone in depth about it too much. I just told you guys about it a little bit. But so far, on InstaWork, you go up there. What you do is you download the app. You kind of sign up like how you'd sign up a W-2 or 1099 for a job. They do a background check on you, and what they also do is that they give you shifts around you, near you. That's kind of like similar to gig economy work with like DoorDash or Uber Eats and stuff. But this is cool because it's with working, right? And it's with working events, temp agencies, also just other people in general that are in need for work, for people that either need a job or just want extra money. And I use this for extra money. Now, to keep in mind, this app is a little strict, so you cannot be committing any felonies or any basic human crimes, like any major crimes like the last 7 years. But obviously, for anyone that just looking to make extra money that hasn't done crazy shit like that, you could definitely use this app for that as well. Now, there's a lot of cool things you can use while working on this app too. Like you could actually set the radius to how far you want to go. And the best part, in my honest opinion about it, is that you could actually travel and use this app in other states, which is really cool because all the payroll is by ADP, which is the basic payroll for all the other paychecks for most companies. And you could actually go around the world and travel and like get some money on the side. And the money's not too bad either. Like it's averaging between like minimum wage of like 15 bucks an hour to up to like 20 to 25 bucks an hour. And the cool part is that like the more you work, the more shifts you get and you get rewarded more. And also obviously if you no call, no show, or if you just suspend way too early beyond at like before 24 hours, you will get suspended and banned and everything. But it's a little strict. But if you're a good worker or if you just want some extra money on the side and you can commit to these things, it's definitely worth it in the long run because I made an extra like $10,000. And here's my screenshot showing you that I made a lot of extra money on this thing. And the coolest part is, as long as you're not a felon, that anyone can do this. And my favorite part about it too is that I met some cool people from the tip agency off InstaWork and that YouTube channel, ya boy Yapalot Gaming. Yeah, I met him through that and he ended up becoming really good friends. So you definitely can work with some pretty cool people on here. And I've worked some events too, like some baseball games, some concerts, even some random warehouses. It's pretty fucking dope. Hell, even a few years ago, I even worked at the new Kansas City airport that opened up, and it was really cool. The second honest way you could use to earn a living is another one called Amazon Flex. This one I've also talked about in my videos, but I didn't go into quite detail with it. Amazon Flex is a little tricky. Like it's easy to like sign up, but it does take a while for a background check to happen. So this might not apply to anyone, especially for ones who don't have a car or drive, because you do got to have your own transportation in order to do this. But what you do is you just go to Amazon warehouse and you just go to assign package orders for a route that you could deliver to random houses, and you could deliver packages for extra money. And this is kind of cool because you can book the shift at any time, and the coolest part is this one's not as strict. Like you can cancel shifts at any time or any given moment. And the coolest part is that like there's sometimes like if they don't give you a route while you're at the warehouse for waiting for like 30 minutes, they will not give you a route and you will still get paid free money sometimes. And it's pretty sick because there's a few times where I didn't have to fucking work and it was nice and I got paid like an extra $100. Sometimes it's not always like the best type of work, but if you got the free time or you want the side hustle just to get ahead somewhere, I definitely recommend using this app as well. Now the third side hustle I do recommend a lot because you can work at home and anyone can do this, but it's called call.com or cow.com. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but what it is just an open source platform to help people book conferences and calls whenever it's someone's business or someone want to start a YouTube channel and help other people. Like for me, I use my business to promote how to make YouTube channels and also give away some programs that are really old to people who want to start out and everything. It's really cool and knowledgeable, and the fun and the coolest part is that you get to meet so many people. And what you could do is that you can set up like events where you could have people like just book a call with you for like up to an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, how long you need, and whatever per service you provide. And some people even have like a therapist license using this, and they also start their own little therapy business. But if you have a webcam at home and you got something cool and a cool idea idea that you want to share out to people or sell, or valuable knowledge, I do recommend using this one. So right now on my booked calls thing, I am doing like $30 a day. The price could go up in the future, but for right now it's staying at $30. So maybe in the foreseeable future when like the demand goes higher, but for right now I've been enjoying it, and anyone could do this too. Other creators like YLearn also does this, in BizPath, and they also have their own little things too, involving like the stock market and everything, and how to kind of get more money in general. And this could also be applied with other things too. Like there's some artists who do like to do drawings and art for other people and teach students how to do this for money as well, which is actually really cool. And there's also some people that also would know how to do graphic design stuff too, and teach people how to do efficient graphic design work that may not be presentable on YouTube. And there's also other ways too, like for computer programming knowledge as well, and other things. As long as you trust the person, they provide a great service. This is a great side hustle for people who are smart and who want to do something more efficiently, because it goes up to about 2 hours a day of booked calls or more. But I usually go up to 1 hour at the most per customer, and about 2 per day. Also, a quick reminder, if you guys are interested in a book call and how to grow a YouTube channel, my link will be in the description below. Another cool way you can make more money online or just in general is another app called Wolo. This is another tip agency app where you can book shifts and everything. And also keep in mind for this one's more 1099 on the shifts, but you can work up to like 8 hours if you want. And I made like an extra over $120 on this thing before, just working tip agency events or other things that were going on. Like I did a warehouse one, which is cool. And I even worked at a place called Worlds of Fun. For anyone who doesn't know about Kansas City, I worked there on the tip agency for a app called Wolo, and it was cool. I met some people and got some free food, obviously. But yeah, it's always fun to do like a Halloween haunt event over there. And I also did a lot of warehouse jobs on there as well. It wasn't like amazing work, obviously. They make it really easy for people so they don't get sued. But it's really cool because I worked at this one warehouse where I was taking these cardboard boxes, I was building them up like an envelope, sort of like a way to hold envelopes, and then I took these pieces of envelope papers and I just put them inside the box, and just kind of slid and made stacks on a pallet. It was pretty easy, a little boring, but it was a great extra side hustle, and I made an extra $110 one time doing that. It was a lot of fun. Now keep in mind that these apps do vary in your area, and they're all a little different, and so far these work in the United States, so I don't know about anyone that's outside the United States for these apps, but I do know that Wolo does 1099, and Insta Work also does have W2 and 1099 as well. They just gotta tell you on the apps, like it'll tell you what you're booking for, what type of shift and pay you're getting. Now, the coolest thing with this one as well is that you could also travel around and book shifts around the world, wherever you're like living in an RV, or you're just on vacation if you want extra money, or if you just want to work somewhere outside of state just for fun, because there's some people who always wonder what it's like to work on vacation or something, which is kind of interesting, and they want to make extra money. So I do think that is kind of fun and amazing that you could even do this through an app, and it does work because I've done this for a couple years for these things. And the coolest part is there's also other apps that also do the same temp work type stuff, like JobStack, Tend. I also do Blue Crew, GigSmart, Randstad. There's a plenty of them I've tried out, and they all seem to work very well, and they all work relatively the same. There's always a lot of opportunities on each app, and it's really sick. I gotta say, everyone talks bad about smartphones and how distracting they are, which I do agree with, but there's also really good ways that you can make money with it if you use it to your advantage properly. And the last but not least strategy I used to make more money was using Walmart Spark. Now, I know there's some people that have talked about DoorDash and a little bit of Walmart Spark on other videos in the gig economy, but for Walmart Spark, I feel like it's a little underrated because all you gotta do is just like live near a local Walmart or a couple local Walmarts, and then just look for a sign up, look for a shift, or a order to order and deliver. And sometimes it does vary on what size car you have, but for me, my car is relatively small, but it's really not that bad because I've done it a few times. And if you work like 4 or 5 hours with it or something, you can make an easy like $100 if necessary. And there's a few times I made almost like $80 to $120 on some good days in just 5 hours. Now, of course, it's running your car down and everything. I don't recommend it as a main source of income, but as a side hustle, and you don't want to like destroy your own body and everything, it's not too bad. But I only do it like I used to do it only like a couple days a week, but now I kind of don't do that anymore. Just replace it with the call.com because I find it more fun. But to each his own. This is for anyone that needs the help, you know? And sometimes if you deliver a lot of groceries on this thing, you could actually make a good amount of bonuses sometimes, like an extra like 5 to 20 bucks. And it's not amazing, but for a little gig app that you even get a bonus is actually kind of cool. Anyways, everybody, that will conclude today's video. I hope you guys find this very helpful because I've used all these apps and I do believe that all these apps work very well. The most efficient ones have been the temp agency apps and Walmart Spark and Amazon Flex as well. All these have been pretty good and they've been pretty off and on for the most part, but whenever I'm in the mood for some extra money or if I'm ever in that motivational mode where you just want to grind your ass off for a while just to have a big savings account, I do use this quite a bit. And unfortunately, when I was using Insta Work, when I was saved up $10,000 with it, I didn't even save up $10,000 because I went a whole year without working because I wanted to try and work for myself. And this is actually going to be another video later about stories of how I worked for myself and failed. And Insta Work was one of the apps I try to use to work my own schedule and freedom. And let's just say it did not work out full time like that, but you live and you learn. Also, the last thing I do want to say is on the temp agency apps, there is no like wait. All you got to do is just do a background check for all of these, which is awesome. So I signed up for all these, so I know. But yes, I hope you guys put these to use and find these useful. Anyways, everybody, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And big shout out for OnceFaded for helping me inspire make this video because his strategies were really cool as well. And he is extremely smart for having his little tactics of making extra money. So I thought I'd share mine. Y'all take it easy, everyone.